think part of what people love about the books is that it's, you know, there's, if you want to just go see a film about werewolves or vampires or something specific about, this is not really that. This is a movie about these people and how her character is adjusting to this new life that she has. So I think that was our focus. I mean, there's all that stuff in it. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of that fantasy stuff, but that's not the sole focus of this film. It's really about the people in it, and those are sort of like the peripheral things around it. So that's what I liked about it, and I think that's when people watch the film, they're surprised that it's not just sort of, you're not right into this sort of fantasy, like let's start make-believing right away. You sort of get to know the people.
It's funny as well. It's comedy, which I think most of the other franchises didn't have. And it's not, Clary is not defined by romance. It was fun though. We all trained together, and my character doesn't get to show her full potential in this movie because I'm just figuring out that I even have the skill. But I did get to train with all these guys, and watching them was just amazing. Like it, you know, when he did his big table flip, they were like, you know, you're done, you can go in your trailer. I was like, no, I want to watch it because it's exciting. It's like, you feel proud of everyone when they're doing their stunts, and all the months and months of training pays off. These two were so hardcore in it, and I tried to keep up.
You did keep up. You kept up really well. I was really bummed because the Ravenous scene at the beginning, where you're like doing all the cool stuff, like blowing up the. I was shooting something else at the same time on the same stage. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
And I couldn't come. I was desperately trying. I was doing my fight scene with Jonathan at the same time that you were doing your blow up. So I was like, every time, like, we couldn't roll when they were rolling, so we never had an opportunity to go and like be like, well done, or like, how's it going? You know, like texting, going, are you all right?
Yeah. Are you safe?
Yeah, exactly. Have you blown anybody else up?
I was a fan of the books before I was cast, and I was cast about 3 years ago now. Had no idea. I thought I love walking around bookshops and like discovering books, so I thought I discovered a great series. Had no idea about the social media fandom. When I was cast, it blew up, and that was my first experience of, wow, this actually has potential to be huge. But I never was aware of that before I said yes to the movie. Now I'm very aware.
This is not any of ours like first movie, and you know, Kevin's been working for a while, I've been working for a while, Lily's, you know, blown up in the last 4 years, so we're all very much aware of the fact that in this industry we're incredibly disposable. Like, that's the way that this industry works, and we're so aware of that. And look, if it does well, it does well. Does that mean that it's going to change who we are as people? No, I'm still going to be Jamie from London. I'm still going to, you know, do what I want to do and hang out with my mates. Nothing's going to stop me from doing that. If somebody wants to write an article about me, fine. Like, cool, whatever, but I don't care.
Everyone who was involved in this film, we're all really close, so I think part of what happens, I think, sometimes is that it happens to one person, and then that one person is sort of unchecked by anyone else. And so I think part of what we have and what most of us have is sort of, I would not be afraid to sort of go like, hey Jamie, like, gear it down a little bit. You're going a little bit far with this. And I think we all have that checks and balance thing, which is good, and I think you need, because it's not something you can adjust to unless you're dealing with it at the same time. So
because we all genuinely, truly love and care for each other, and I think that when that plays into it, it's like you don't want someone to be anything but themselves, and you have that trust and the ability to call people out, which is a great thing.